None of it.
You guys gonna talk?
I got nervous because the chamber puts out in their weekly update, and I was like, "Ooh, what if we get like overrun
So crazy.
with angry people?" Or I got like paranoid.
Okay, we are live.
Okay.
Ready, boss?
Whenever you are.
All right. So I'm gonna call the meeting to order for the Parks and Recreation Advisory Board at 2:00 on Wednesday, June the 10th, 2026. And the first order of business on the agenda is citizens' comments and reports. I don't mean to embarrass you, but I'm glad you're here and I don't know you, so.
My name is Susie Seeloff, and I live here in Corday with my husband, and I do a lot with Key Porter and Scoot. So that's how we call him and I are. And I'm very excited about the rec center, and just wanted to hear the updates for that. Figured, and I saw the meeting was open to the public, and it's right up my alley. It's fine. Like that.
Good, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
All right. And next is the department director report.
Yeah, so summer is here. Holy cannoli. I've got our update on our capital projects to start off the list here. We've got our new mower. That reminds me, we'll be mowing less. If you didn't hear, the school has leased the baseball field from us, and so they are maintaining it, improving it. It's the school's baby now, and they're
Rent it from the city.
their bond passed, so they are going
Turf
to
it?
turf it. So we're in discussions with the school about coordinating projects. We have the rec trails project that's gonna redo the sidewalk around the whole complex. So that's gonna be kicking off with rec center construction. We're all in communication, and hopefully we'll avoid bumping into each other.
So is it just the baseball fields that they're renting, or is it all these
The
fields?
school is only the baseball field from the
Just the
city.
baseball field? One
And
field?
there has been discussion about like supporting facilities like dugouts or storage rooms. Some of the auxiliary stuff like the
Mhm.
batting cages and things that go along with the high school field.
But all
is-
the couple other little fields?
Little League and T-ball are still
Okay.
city.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, but they'll allow them to play, because they still use that field.
If you want to use that field, you just
The-
go through the
the
school now.
Now, because
Really?
coach pitch and everything does, and minors and all that
Little League.
is Little League will go through the city for that field, but
If they
If you
want
want
to
to use
use,
the big baseball
Okay.
field, go to the school.
you get what I'm saying? Like,
I'm not watering it. I'm not mowing it. I'm not doing anything to
and if you
it.
wanna play
If
on
you
it.
wanna play on it,
you
you
go to
ask the
city.
school. No,
I mean, the school
school.
for the big field, all the other fields, the city.
still city, yes.
Does Little League know that?
Yeah.
Okay.
and we'll still retain ownership even if they turf it.
Yeah, they're leasing it from us.
Okay.
Grounds crew is happily living at the corner of Avenue C and Cutoff Road. They love that location. It's central, it's close to City Hall, it's close to the Parks office right now. It's a lot of space, more than they've been used to, and so there was discussion of that being their permanent home. And so we didn't build a facility yet. Obviously, the original concept was build it out by the baseball fields, but real estate is tight there. It's low, plumbing is complicated. And so we like the current location. Gas is moving into their new facility, so that leased office space will go away. And then they'll have even more space over there. So we like that idea of a maintenance facility going up in that location. So that's what I'll be presenting, or I plan to present to the council this workshop, which is June 30th. Our Maritime Memorial, do you guys know about this? Did I talk to you about this already?
A little bit, yeah.
So city council is working with me on it's a figure that's almost 20 feet tall on a pedestal that will have dolphins on it. And Buddy Tatum is the artist and it's well underway. He is sizing up the clay models to go to the foundry. The dolphins are already completed and at the foundry. And the figure is getting upsized. So.
And
it's
what
a
is
pretty
the
cool
figure?
process.
Is it still like an angel or is it
The
gonna?
female with wings and robes and hair. He's giving, there's still fine tuning happening, but the latest concept, she has lightning whelk earrings, which lightning whelks are the Texas state shell, if you didn't know. And she has a little hair barrette. No, this is actually what her hair looks like. And it has a sand dollar here, so they council asked to add some more maritime elements to her
Super.
aesthetic. So that's where we're at right now. Working with the.
Guess it could be
artists.
Venus out of her shell.
Could be, it could be whatever, it's art, right? So it's however you choose to interpret it. It's a cool process.
Where's this
See that.
going?
It is going at the point of Roberts Point Park where there's a overlook right now into the mouth of the marina. She's gonna be right at the top
Point?
center overlooking that entrance to the marina. So as you come in, she'll be there to greet you and she'll wish you well on your voyage out. And the idea is that names can be added to the pedestal that she's on of community members who were lost at sea or died at sea. So that process is getting fine-tuned. There will be kind of some credentials that you have to meet before you get your name on there. So council will have to sign off on that, but the idea is that it's not necessarily anyone. Like if you were a fisherman your whole life in Port A and passed away, if you didn't pass at sea, you don't get your name on
It's
there.
like
So,
see
Yeah,
local or
Yeah.
somewhat local.
so we're still working on the draft of that application process. But that's kind of where we're at.
there's a few names that could go in there, definitely.
Yeah.
At least half a dozen.
Oh, yeah. Rec Center construction is on schedule. We are working with a company on all the audio visual needs, which holy cannoli, lots. There's a PA system, there's a speaker system. There is all of the digital displays. You're not supposed to call them TVs. There is all the internet cabling, data. And then there's security cameras. So it is super complex, but in the works. Furnishings, I've requested a preliminary quote on all of the office furnitures, chairs, tables. I have a meeting next week on my first look at what they are proposing, and that will go to the council goals workshop. Exercise equipment, we've pretty much kept the same initial layout that we started with. I think it was a good start. And so that proposal is ready for council.
But it's a lease, right? They can.
That's what I'm proposing. So I
they can
have
change
the,
it depending on.
I have the purchase price and then a lease arrangement. And then I think I'm also gonna, like right now, the numbers I have are for like the basic models of everything. I'm also going to show council if they want high-tech screens in every piece of
Mhm.
equipment, if they want to up it to fancier things so that they have some numbers to,
Their
yeah, my guess is we'll end up back with the basic, but I want to show them what the options are.
Or you could just do 4 or 5 communal screens like Planet Fitness does. They have
Yeah,
5 or 6
that
screens.
kind of got shot down because now everybody's on their own devices. They're listening to their own music
Yeah.
or watching their own screen. And so that was kind of where we landed. So there's beautiful machines that have a TV in the machine. That you can.
You're talking about, like,
connect to.
treadmills and stuff.
Treadmills, ellipticals, stair
Yeah.
climbers, all recumbent bikes, all those things. Can come with fancy stuff. They can also come with like upright bikes with the Peloton screen, so you can actually interact with people elsewhere that are biking. And I mean, there's so many options, but where we landed was kind of everyone comes with their own device these days, and so we don't need to provide it for them, and then that saves us cost too, because this is an expensive project.
So it's basically the equipment that you showed us in that layout.
Yeah, it really hasn't changed much. There's one, that tire flip went away. And
That's a big piece of equipment. It takes a lot
yeah,
of space that very few
my
people
back
are gonna
hurts
use.
just looking at it, so
Right.
I feel like it's a very niche
Yeah,
piece of equipment, and so having the real estate for something that more folks will use, is where we
I
went.
guess I had another weight bench.
The suggestion was another, I don't think a weight bench will fit real estate wise, because it was a center spot, but
I
another,
mean, just a bench in the free weight area,
oh,
not with the connections and stuff.
the suggestion was another recumbent bike, because apparently folks like to bike in pairs. And so we had an upright bike and a recumbent bike, but they suggested a second recumbent bike because folks, they oftentimes want to bike together. So just like people on treadmills could work out together, recumbent bikes. So that was kind of where we landed, but it's still, it's nebulous at this point. We're just trying to get numbers in the budget and we can fine tune. And if we do the lease thing and we notice something's collecting dust, we can, and the lease bring
yeah.
something else in. And they have a maintenance plan too, and they will train your maintenance staff on
To-
how to keep up equipment too. There's credentials that they can go to a class and then be certified on the brand of equipment that we carry, so that we have in-house maintenance, as well as if something's major, then they'll send somebody. Okay, what else do we have for?
Is it all in the rec center?
Yeah, it's probably later on. This is just the budgeting section. But. This might be the best time to talk about it, because I don't know that I called in. It is gonna impact the pool a little bit in operations. The slide is gonna be impacted for about a month. Because they're pouring new deck behind the existing slide, so they have to shut it down.
When?
Probably pretty soon. I don't
Just
have an
the-
exact
just the big
date.
slide.
The red and blue slide will get taken offline for about a month. There will be a temporary fence put up, kind of that runs underneath the slide to keep people safe. And we won't be able to use it for about a month.
What do you think?
Soon, I was told. I don't have an exact date. Little slide will still be there.
Or it's like swim meets and stuff? It will be.
Swim
tighter.
meets can still go. I'm just solely
It can be
talking
tighter back
about
there?
slide use. The wooden deck won't be
There,
accessible.
so we couldn't like walk that way to. you'd
So
have to
that
walk.
is, that's gonna be
Okay,
an adjustment. You will have to walk the long way.
you get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah, that is gonna be an impact for sure.
that's the thing.
Yes,
Okay, no, so.
that's okay. It's all over the place. This is, I didn't
Had
spend a
about-
lot of time
I had a few
prepping for
questions around the
this.
pool / rec center,
Okay,
but maybe you're gonna already say it.
let's hold it for the pool
Okay,
section.
Okay,
Um,
what if? Drainage? An hour later?
there's new drainage going in everywhere
Okay.
for pool deck.
No, it's just so,
Oh, your side of the neighborhood.
no, actually, that's better. Before, the first set of rains, the water was in our yard.
There was a blockage
It was,
basically
it was
that they
bad, it was
cleared
bad, I was
out.
nervous.
Yeah.
And that seems better, but have you noticed on the like. Pickleball courts and the park and the ball field? Did you?
I didn't notice a change over there.
So what? I don't know if anybody's been. did you-
T-ball field has always had poor drainage.
Well, this was just all around this, we're talking just the main big field. The area, the little weird roundabout. Where the swing is, or all that, just like that area,
noticed
and
more
then
water
even
in that area?
towards. The bathrooms and the pickleball fields, it was like standing water for days. After the rain. Like it was a weird, like I never, like I've lived now,
Water
Almost
always
10
builds
years.
up over by the dirt.
it just literally just kind of
Okay,
sat
that's
there
always
for
been an
a few,
issue.
like it pushed it that way and it just kind of. Didn't drain.
Interesting.
And I'm hoping that you are definitely gonna include speed bumps, at least along where the kids' playground stuff, cause I was going like somewhere between 5 and 10 miles an hour because, everybody parks right up against the ball field, there's only maybe 10 feet between the sidewalk and the first row of cars, and a lady came and both our kids just darted out. If I was going like 15, I might not have been able to stop. But I anticipate kids running every time I go. But you know, some of those skaters and people that come in there really fast, if they don't have something slowing them down, I worry about those little kids because that mom didn't even try to hold them back.
my
They
husband
busted
chased a
out the
couple
doors
people.
or all the way into the park, into the playground before she
Yeah.
even got it, closed her door.
So the existing pavement is not part of the current rec center project, but I do plan to repave the parking lot, and I have that on my list of things for the council goals workshop. So speed bumps can be incorporated there,
Yeah.
but we could probably,
Coming into
yeah,
the.
we need them in the driveway
complex,
too,
and we-
and a speed limit sign.
But yeah, I think there's.
I mean, right now it should say construction zone, 5
Yeah.
miles an hour.
I know, it's crazy.
But I think that someone, I mean, the next roundabout of rain, it was still standing there after, like, a couple days after it
I
rained.
had been watching the corner of the driveway, cause that really, I mean, that came up to
Yeah.
like my bumper, that was really deep water, but it went away that morning, it was already drained. Like I saw it at 7:30 AM, and it was high, and then by lunchtime it was gone, but I didn't look elsewhere.
So all that rain was like the week after Memorial Day, right? It was,
I mean,
we were
yeah,
actually
been
out of
getting-
town, and that's what I'm saying, we were out of town and the rain was over. We got back in town, we went over to the park with the kids, and I'm like, I thought it hasn't rained here in a couple days, and there was rain, it was like, not
Okay.
puddles, we're talking like standing water,
We had that one rain where there's a lot of standing water all over town.
Yeah,
but near.
there's been 2 events that have caused high water at that corner
Oh,
where
yeah.
I was worried about vehicles getting through. And one was before they changed the drainage, and one was after. The one that was after, it did go down quickly, but I need to look at other spaces,
Okay.
cause I was really focused on that corner.
We'll see, we'll take pictures of the next.
You talking about the corner of Ross or Ross Street?
No,
No, the back driveway, like
Yeah.
by Channel Vista.
Oh, okay, yeah.
In the farthest part back, that corner was totally submerged, like with 12 inches or more of water.
Oh, wow.
Up to the bumper doors. It was intense. Okay, drainage on my
Okay.
radar. Restrooms, Old Town Square are completed. There is a concert series going on that Christy has planned, and on June 23rd, we are recognizing the art on the site. So the tarpon statue and the Farley boats that have been painted, we're gonna give a little kudos and have a little reception to meet the artist, and maybe cut a ribbon on the tarpon to welcome them to Port Aransas. If you haven't seen them, I like them. Gigi Miller is the artist on the tarpon.
Yeah, we got the meter at one time.
She's fun.
Yeah.
Um,
And have you come up with a policy on the restrooms? It's just events where they're gonna be open?
yeah, if you rent it or if we're hosting something, we will open them, otherwise they'll stay locked. We have a contractor for the trail around the ball fields. Bids were collected and that is getting awarded by council June 18th. So we should see sidewalk improvements around the ball fields coming soon. Shade at the pool, we're tying that into the rec center, so it's gonna stay with what it looks like until the new pergolas outside of the rec center are put in place. We're still waiting on the new golf cart for the nature preserve. They have invasive species treatment under contract. We have not fenced the wetlands behind the family center, even though that's in the budget, because we are having an engineer master plan that site for us for nature trail, future development, we're master planning the land, and so I didn't want to fence it until we knew what that plan looked like. A fence for Paradise Pond has been budgeted, but not completed. That's the entrance,
Oh, the entrance.
between the Mexican restaurant and the driveway. There's always been a ton of overlap and congestion and illegal parking, and the dumpster over there too has caused a lot of extra work on our staff because it always gets invaded by birds that like to shred the trash. I don't know what the latest on this one is. Actually, I need to follow up on that, but it is in our budget. The beach received 2 new Polarises. They're sitting right across the street, right out there. You can go check them out. They're gonna get stickers and be put into service soon. They need to be undercoated and some admin stuff has to get done before we can do that. We have 2 new towers on the beach at 15 and 18. And so now we have every 3-mile markers, there's a tower in the entire section of Bollarded Beach. And one of them's pink. We have new radios. Surf Rescue is almost fully staffed. They are finishing up some onboarding, but had a tremendous turnout of applicants this year. And the program's running really well. Their surf rescue station construction has kicked off. That's Barcom, the contractors, and they are doing site work. And I think my first meeting with them is next week. But yeah, work has officially broken ground. They started,
So that can be on Avenue C between 10th and,
it's right next to EMS.
right.
Near the new fire
It's- yeah,
station.
just
and
north
all
of
that
EMS.
stuff. It's the last one on the block closest to the temporary fire station tents,
Oh,
like
cool.
that side. Yep, super cool. Emily Rosapal is the architect on that, and I worked with her on the community center renovation, and it was just great to work with, so I think
Yeah.
the project will go smoothly, knock on wood.
He's very hands-on.
Yeah, on top of the attention to detail. The regional event is the USLA regional competition. It's like the sports side of lifeguarding, and it's awesome to see. So that's gonna be, I think, near the Horace Caldwell Pier. I think they're doing it on County Beach. And I would encourage you to go check it out, even if you just drive up and park and watch for a little while. They are premier athletes, and it is so cool to see them in action. And then after regionals here, which South Padre Island comes up, Cameron County, Galveston comes down, Corpus Christi, I think, has been invited. Then there might even be some out-of-state Gulf region competitors this year. And then they'll go on to nationals, which is in Florida. I believe.
It's a great bunch. I surfing with a bunch of them the other day. They've got some great camaraderie going.
Yeah, it's been fun to see the program grow. And then I'm looking forward to them having their own station and possibly even graduating from being within the Parks and Rec department.
Really?
My goal is for them to be in line with the first responders.
Yeah.
Makes
You look
sense.
at their stats of so far this year.
Busy. Even in the winter, they were helping EMS, like, I mean, they've really taken on, advanced credentials and training, and they have EMTs, they all have their EMRs, they're firefighters that when they're not on duty at the fire station, they come and guard with us. We have a premier team, and they do well in the sporting side of things too. So they're excellent first responders in our community and high performers in the athletic side. They're growing up. Grant, we are still, this is going on 4 years, waiting on our contract for the Restore grant. That was for enhancements to the fishing piers.
And who's in charge of that? Is that a
TCQ.
TCQ?
Someday, maybe, that's the contract. We are working on the boating access grant. If you don't know about that, it's the 33 acres that the city got from Palmia down by the water tower. We have preliminary renderings of what paddling access in a park there could look like. It's still very early conceptually. I think Nature Preserve is planning to discuss that, their advisory board. So if you wanted to attend a Nature Preserve Advisory Board meeting, you might, or tune in and listen. I think they'll talk about it in more detail. We're talking about sharing the driveway to the water tower, which is now privately owned, and the water
Partly owned
district,
by,
the Clark family.
oh, really?
And so,
Out that far? The water tower way out there? That
just the land along the driveway to the water tower. Then the water district owns around the water tower, so we have to work on access because it's so close to that driveway that we think it will be, TxDOT won't want another driveway right next to it, and so we're looking at how do we share this driveway that now has private property and the water district access, so we're talking about easements or leases or gates or we're in preliminary talks about all that. How do we get access to the paddle park that everyone else can feel good about too? So hashing that out now. I already talked about trails grants. Local parks grant was not selected. We'll try again. The pool is, I think, doing a pretty good job. I've been going to swim lessons with my daughters, and my 2-year-old started swimming yesterday, so I feel like that's a success. But water's clean. They've been dealing with old equipment. The chiller imploded, and Adam is just figuring out how to fix everything all the time. And so I give kudos to him and his whole team. I also feel like seeing the swim instructors, we have more water safety instructors than in the past, and the quality of the swim lessons I'm seeing a big improvement on, and so I'm happy to see that. And they're constantly dealing with the construction too. There's stinky tar going on the roof, there's sand blowing, there's loud noises there. I mean, they are being such good sports about, I mean, obviously they know good things are coming, but it hasn't been easy for them. And so I'm super grateful that they've been.
But none of the money slated for the rec center improves any of their equipment.
No, so that is, it was pulled out and it's phase 2 of the rec center.
Okay.
Because we'll have to demo the existing locker rooms.
Yes.
And then we need to have discussions about, do we replace all of the filtration equipment on a 30-year-old pool? Do we, like the open space master plan depicts 2 pools in that location? How do we accomplish that? Do we build a second pool and get that online and then fix the existing pool or replace the existing pool? So all this like choreography needs to be envisioned, and the logistics and costs need to be worked out. So I did request from the architects assistance, I'm sorry, let me back up. There's a aquatics company that came out and did a facilities audit for us when the rec center project started, Councilman Hunsinger, and so I requested that they give us some numbers on what options might be out there, all the way, you know, retrofitting to a brand new pool and in between. So I'm hoping to have all those numbers kind of as ballparks for the goals workshop.
Ready? This
two
right now?
pools.
This summer?
I just need numbers to go to
Yeah,
council so
so-
the discussions can start.
Yeah.
How do we
That's
wanna
awesome.
tackle this? Cause we have a 30-year-old pool next to a new facility. We're starting to see equipment failure. Are we gonna continue to patch it for as long as we can? Or do we wanna look at what replacement costs? Because we're seeing some shifting in the pool deck. We're seeing some cracking in the
Well, it's
plaster of the pool. We're seeing some rust showing up in the plaster of the pool. And so we've got some major issues that could be enough to warrant big things. One of the things they found when they pulled the emergency ramp out of the way was that cavities had formed underneath it, and so that would indicate water was moving to move sand, so there was some empty voids. And so we have to figure all that out.
It's a lot.
Kidding. Yeah,
Can you
so
make a suggestion for the pool?
of course.
So I've never seen like concession sales on here before. They always been on there, I just never saw.
No, I think Adam added some new stats. I asked folks to help me with like reporting performance measures. And so this is what Adam
I
gave
feel
us.
like, I mean, that, like, I don't know, like, when you move into the rec center, but I mean, that's still kind of far away. You still have like a big chunk of summer left, obviously, it just started.
I don't think we'll be in the rec center until.
There's what I'm saying, but as far as the concession, like, I'm sure concession sales might be a little different once they go over there. As far as like what room they have to, whatever.
There's a concession stand
Yeah.
that opens to the pool and the gymnasium.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think they'll have much more, or obviously, right? I feel like just someone who is at the pool a lot with kids. At a swim meet every, with a captured audience, and yes, a lot of people bring stacks, but all the kids want to. I feel like there could be a better choice of stuff and to be stocked. Like a lot of times it's like they're out of Gatorade.
Okay,
And I'm like, I know, but I'm sure there's like a storage. Thing too, but like the chips and like this, like none of the kids want chips. It's not like kid. Like friendly.
you wanna send me a list of things?
It's like
you'd
this,
to see?
I mean, it's just, nobody, the kids don't want Gardettos. Or, I'm just being honest, like, they want just regular.
Who wants a
concession.
hot
They want concession.
fries?
stand.
Well, we're trying to balance healthy
I know.
choices as well, and so I have a feeling if I ask them, that's where this is gonna go.
But
But
they have like, they do
like,
have,
we tried to move away from like soda and chips to
Okay.
offer, I
Which I
think
think
they
is
have
great.
pickles, I think they're trying to have healthier options, but I would love, just send me what you would like to see there.
there are some healthier like choices. But like, just,
Haven't even
just
looked
make,
at the menu, I'll look at it.
just to
today
make
when
sure that,
person listens.
if I guess if it sells, it's fine. But I would say that my kids never want anything, but they do want Gatorades and we're out. And maybe that's just because they were selling, because they do sell a lot, obviously.
I'll check in on it. I honestly didn't look at the menu, I bring my own snacks.
We bring our snacks to the swim meet.
I do,
but,
because it's usually healthier.
But those kids they work so hard that, and
Oh,
they're
yeah, if there's customers willing to buy something, I'll sell it to them.
And there's a lot of people, we had, the first meet was pretty small, but I know the rest of the meets are gonna be pretty large.
Okay. Making sure we start for meets. Got it. All right. Nature Preserve. I talked about paddling access, where Stantec is creating the renderings and we're working with neighboring landowners for access. Trails grants around the baseball fields are already covered. Ray's helping me with all the grants, so there's the grant section and then Nature Preserve. We're working on master planning the wetlands behind the family center. We have the Restore grant for the Nature Preserve. They do have a contract, and so they are working on the content of all the signage that's gonna go in there. So we did the wayfinding and signage project, partnering with the Tourism Bureau for all these like identity signs and directional signs around town, but then the Restore grant for Nature Preserve is all the educational, like interpretive signage, and there's 100 of these that'll go along the trails and at the various nature sites. The Nature Preserve Restoration Grant, we did site visits for permitting and survey and design are underway. That's also a Stantec.
Is that for filling in that?
Mhm,
Okay.
yeah, so. Yeah. The bulkhead project was also discussed during that site visit with the Corps, and the GLO is spearheading that. So that's what the next one is, so it's this one. Bulkhead protection. Oh, this Charlie's Pasture Bulkhead Protection Grant is, I think, not nature preserve. I think that's Port Street. That's a Kepler grant that Ray is helping David Parsons with. So she- there.
Is that to just to
Put rock
mitigate
in
the-
some of the metal, concrete to mitigate shipways, yeah.
if that even works, because all that rock they put down south of Piper Channel is you can't even see it on the surface anymore. On the way out to Point of Mustang.
There's been a lot of modeling already. A lot of engineering modeling has happened, so I'm gonna leave it to them. I don't know.
The hydraulic pressure from those big ships is just, it's a force to beat out.
We had park hosts. I don't know if you got to meet them, but Karen and Tim, Lammy, they were here in the cooler months and they plan to return. It's amazing when they're here. It's such a great program. They get a spot at Port ARB and then they walk the trails. Karen loves people, and so she does educational programs. She did watercolor classes. They've been such an asset to our program, and all for just the price of a RV spot, so it's definitely good return on investment there.
Yeah, do we want to expand that program? Do you think that might, because I know you're always trying to get her plenty of volunteers for Parks and Rec. Maybe that's a possible.
Now you're thinking. You hear that, Christy? Maybe we do a park host for your community programs and we give them an RV spot.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly.
So you're not scrambling for help all the time.
That sounds
Yeah.
like actually a pretty,
The only difference is she's general fund and Ray is hot tax, so, but I think it's worth putting in the budget. So the next discussion item in our agenda is items for the budget, so let's remember that and make sure it gets on the list. We've got yoga, we've got birding, we've got there's a young man who comes down and does spring migration with Sebastian. He's on the spectrum and has like blossomed into this phenomenal birder, and he's just this like young leader who is really cool to see, and so I'm excited that he came down and hosted the project here. They did the City Nature Challenge and identified 500 species. That's a weekend where they observe or count as many living things in Port A as they can. So that's kind of fun to see. The Birding Classic took place. I guess awards are on June 15th, so I won't announce any preliminary results, but I think we did real well.
On the big sit?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the youth birding, the photo is there of them on the birding center tower. And so they've had a bunch of participation and that's been going well.
So we had some very good fortune events while we were there, like a frigate bird came in and hovered, and it's just not the typical place you would see a frigate bird.
At the birding center?
Yeah, at the birding
Every
center.
once in a while, they like come in and they drink and it's interesting.
And then after that, I saw, I was thinking about what that was. It was a beautiful bird that I'd never seen before in my life. It was, I'll find a
You
picture.
think about it, I'm gonna keep rolling. Surf Rescue, I kind of already gave you a intro to that during the budget, but they're 30 staff, 5 in the board in onboarding status, and we're maxed out at 40, so they're really close to fully staffed. They have the 2 more towers, they're doing the regional competition. Oh, so they're gonna be from poles 1 to 3 during regionals, that's where you can find them between 1 and 3. And then they're gonna take 10 guards to Florida for nationals in August. And their stats are there, how many rescues, swimmers moved.
This is so far this summer,
Yes,
or since. Since when?
Are the stingray stings, are they stinged or were the barb actually implanted?
I had to call 911 on a group of people next to me. And this girl had it bad. I was like, she needs 911.
I don't know that they differentiate, if it's just a
So when
puncture
did that-
or if there's a
that-
barb left in.
Yeah.
I think it just counts as a stingray.
Would
It's probably
that,
both.
would that be a major or minor medical?
It depends on if the barb has to be surgically removed, how
Yes,
far in it is, cause it is barbed.
Ew.
It'd have to be pulled out very, somebody knows what they're doing.
I
But,
was bad.
but just the punctures, you know,
She's
you just have to
bleeding,
deal with swelling and
and she couldn't walk and she's bleeding and.
it's incredibly
It's-
painful. It's
Are
like,
you in a guarded area?
No, I was down right, I was at mile marker, I was at mile marker 19.
Oh, man, so close to the last tower.
Yeah, and so. They pulled her out of the water and I could tell that she was not well. Cause at first they were like, well, where's the? They asked me like, do you know where the, like a ER is or like the closest is Padre? And
if they can get it in as hot as water she can stand for 20
it
minutes.
went in, it went in this way, like in her foot.
That's where one got me, but
It
it
was
was
like-
just a puncture with me.
I think she's about to pass out.
In the new lifeguard station, they're actually doing sinks outdoors for hot water, so that stingray victims can soak in hot water.
It
So,
almost
I don't know what
instantly
happened to her.
deactivates the poison.
it does.
How about jellyfish,
Yeah.
no?
Not with jellyfish,
Jellyfish has been. Or
vinegar or meat tenderizer or both. I use both.
But meat
The guards
tenderizer at
carry-
the lifeguard CS too.
they do vinegar.
They do vinegar.
carry vinegar, and there
They're
have
not
been
always there.
years where they've run out of vinegar, like CVS, IGA, and Dollar General, no more vinegar in town, like it's
Wow.
crazy.
I usually keep some in the truck. Yeah,
So-
there's controversy about the meat tenderizer. Some people think that causes tissue damage, but
My guess is it probably just cakes up and we can't keep it fresh, but
But then,
I
yeah,
they,
but-
yeah, they use vinegar.
But yeah, I don't know how it happened to her, but cause we were actually on our way out when it happened, so we just kind of waited for surf and rescue, you got there first. And then everybody else.
Shuffle your feet when you're going out.
yeah, I wish they would put more up about that because that's the easy way to avoid it. The only time I got stuck was because I'd been watching the surf on on the camera in my classroom all day and it was really great surf. And then
Spraying out there.
I got delayed by 3 different things after school. Say I just ran in the house, throwing my clothes off, grabbed my baggies and my board, ran out and ran right into the water and got stuck.
Is there any information like, and I just was kind of, just because we were out there and it was like a red flag day, it was really rough and is there any information like short-term rent, like, like they have is there about our beach conditions? Like, the short-term rentals, they kind of get.
Well,
little
every
information or-
access road now has the flags
Yep.
and a flag. It
Yeah,
has the description of what the flags mean and the flag of the day, and then the towers fly the flags. But we could, the chamber
I would say, I would like.
tourism bureau did April Beach Safety Awareness Month. And has done promotional
Yeah,
things
I
for us.
might have Chris bring it up to the chamber, like maybe they can start pushing it to the.
They could do a daily beach,
Thing to the short-term
forecast or something.
rentals and the condos, cause I mean, we were out there. Walking around and it was so many people, I was just like, my heart was just like. There were so many people far out, you know what I'm saying, that were just clueless. And I'm just like. Did they not know? Did they not see the big red flag? And then they're drinking on the beach and
Yeah.
way out there.
That's what all these numbers
It's
are.
just people forget about
And then when you-
safety when they're on
Then when you see
vacation.
these numbers, you're like, oh yeah, when you say swimmers moved, what does that mean?
Get away from the pier pilings
Okay.
or come in or. It's like contact with swimmers.
Okay. And then rescues are 52 so far this year, helping
Yeah.
them get out of the water.
Yeah, I don't have I'm assuming this is from spring break
Break
to
to
now, but I didn't put that in here, so.
There seems to be more stingrays this year,
There
than
is.
last year.
That's a big number.
Yeah. I mean, just the actual animals, I've seen stingrays more.
All right, youth programming is, camp is in full session. They're on week 2 right now. We have a brand new, youth program manager. That position was elevated from youth program coordinator when Penn retired because we're anticipating a, heavier ask once the rec center starts, all that youth programming that, we'll be doing child watch and things like that. So Tracy Dennis is who we selected for the role.
She knew everybody, she knew.
She's new to Port Aransas.
Yes.
She lives in Flower Bluff and worked for 30 years in the education system. So she came from the Region 2 Service Center. And she was like a curriculum specialist, professional development, and teacher trainings and new curriculum and introductions and things like that. So she actually knows some of the Port A administration because she brought out their new curriculum. You might have run
Yeah,
across
the
her.
name sounds so familiar. I
Um,
knew a Tracy in administration, one of the same one.
Yeah, and so she brings a ton of experience with her, and I'm optimistic that she can help empower our staff to continue to grow in their professional careers because we deal with so many brand new workers, and so I think she is a good fit for helping with professional development and giving our counselors the tools they need to be effective and fun and lead great programs. So it's a lot to get thrown into when summer camp is starting. So she was able to
Yeah.
attend the first week training and then camp's been going for 2 weeks. So I was over there today. I went over with Christy. We gave counselors a break so that they could powwow and meet amongst themselves while we watch the kids, because once you're in summer, the schedule doesn't really allow for staff meetings, so
Yeah.
I'm trying to give them time to problem solve and plan and get to know each other, because there's new counselors, new leadership.
Wow,
It's
a lot
all,
of changes.
the kids are having a great time though. They're super cute. They did a beach field trip last Friday. They ate lunch on the beach and picked up trash. It was kindness week, so they did a community service project of picking up litter on the beach. And then this week they are going bowling on Friday. It's sports week.
Bowling in Aransas Pass.
Yeah. Bowling, arguably sport. I don't know, but they're gonna love it. They're gonna be excited about the field trip, so.
It's always fun, no matter what you call it. it's
Okay,
fun.
so yeah, all the themes are there, all the descriptions of the camps are there. The field trips, some of them are going out on an adventure in a school bus, and some of them a specialty activity is coming in, like the dinosaur week. The real dinosaurs are coming to visit, and so we've got a mix because we extended to 11 weeks. We're trying to be budget friendly, and so sometimes we're staying in, like 4th of July. I don't want to take the kids out, so we've got programming planned for in-house entertainment.
Good idea.
Yeah,
That last 4th of July was pretty crazy, just trying to transport somebody.
well, and this one I'm feeling like it's going to be big because it's on a Saturday, and I think town is going to be busy. We tried to include some stats. Like I said, we were trying to improve our performance measures a little bit, and my formatting got mixed up here. So we had a breakdown of grade level, and the gist of it was we have a lot of the younger age and a moderate amount of the older age, and then the smaller groups are in between. But kind of an interesting spread. We have more older kids than I think we've seen in the past. Usually that's the smallest group. But there's a really big 4th grade group that has just kind of continued on, and so that's our big group. And then the wait list, we are doing really well at accommodating full wait lists, because we had people register for every week of summer, not knowing what their summer plans were, and then they back out when they figure out what their vacation is. And then we're also well staffed, so we're looking at each pod, and if there's a pod and I mean an age group of kids, that maybe there's only 4 in that group, we can pull from the wait list and fill that pod. So we're trying to get everybody on those wait lists in as best we can.
How many, what's the total enrollment you?
50 is where registration was, but we're pulling in extra as we can. I think I want to. Oh, I don't want to say. Never mind. We sent out an end of the year parent survey to try and capture what we did well or room for improvement in after school care. So I told them, I was like, as a parent, I'm not filling out a survey right now. Like I'm drowning in summer. But our hope is that if anyone has any feedback on after school care, they have an opportunity to let us know. And so we did send that survey out yesterday. Community programming all the way back from spring to now has been busy. There was a cute picture of my kids with the Easter bunny here and it disappeared, but the spring extravaganza was fun. They had excellent giveaways, golden eggs with prize baskets, and they gave away bicycles, which was a bigger prize than we've ever done before. So that was fun to see. What else do we have here? So upcoming events. We're finishing up Sunset Sounds. We have a crazy cart crawl coming up. And then the concert series at Old Town Unplugged. So that first one is when we're doing that art recognition and dive-in movies at the pool. We'll be out at Roberts Point Park adding to the 4th of July celebration going on out there. It's gonna be massive. It's the 250th anniversary and a Saturday. It's gonna be wild. Everyone be safe. Glow party at the pool and then a cardboard boat float. If you don't know what that is, you build a boat with a team and get it across the pool or there and back in the pool, but it should be a lot of fun.
So I had a lot of people ask me like, what is the city doing for the 250, like any kind of specifics? I don't know, like.
So they always do the fireworks and
Yeah.
then Christy typically has music and games and
We
giveaways,
have,
popcorn.
so we
personal
have
phones.
2 musical groups coming out to perform prior to the show. We have popcorn and snow cone giveaway, and I've got some swag that's 250 anniversary swag to give away.
So when does that start? Does it like?
It
So
starts
here
at
in the day.
It starts at 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock, okay.
And
Robert's
then,
Point?
the library is also gonna be attending, with some, informational posters and whatnot about the 250 years of America. And then they also are gonna have a cupcake display, which will feature 250 cupcakes shaped in an American flag, for the taking. So the library is, supporting in that nature.
Are they gonna have the library also has these info
That's
things.
the informational posters.
Yeah,
That kind of maps out the history of America from beginning to now. That people can read at their leisure. And then there'll be fireworks, and I'm not sure what the city's plan for the fireworks are.
it'll be fun and educational. We'll learn something.
Maybe like I see a lot of people asking on Facebook, like, too, like. Maybe the chamber should know. Do they
So
know?
the chamber is aware, everybody's aware. I have been posting stuff
Okay.
on our social media, and it's gonna
It-
start.
At 4
it-
o'clock,
mm,
okay? I'm sure, I'm excited, but I'm staying at my. Don't tell anyone about it, it's gonna be so crowded. I'm staying at my house, I see the fireworks just fine from my front yard.
Okay, what else do we got going on? Winter programming, Christy sent out a survey, rave reviews, everybody loves everything that she does all winter long. That was the gist of it. They're excited about additional facility space. And, you know, our increased capacity to program schedule, all that good stuff.
We should, when we were talking about art, have you ever, like, has anyone like ever approached you or you ever like to like team up with the art center?
I did see they have a younger or older kid program.
Am I not
But it'd
supposed
be
to say
nice if
that?
they had more programs for kids.
You don't have
Yeah.
anything.
The art center.
Like, it just seems like
We are not
They used-
affiliated.
we're not affiliated.
They used to have, my daughters did their summer camp.
They do have.
And then they
something-
volunteered?
They have programming, but we just don't have any, it's their programming. They're an independent nonprofit.
And nobody's ever wanted to like work
Facility.
with the parks, like, that's just not a thing. Okay.
Christy does a lot of
I,
arts and
I-
crafts.
yeah.
and I think it'll be better once we have like a space, she has space, regular space to use, instead of trying to figure out.
Yeah, we haven't done specifically youth art programs. Most of our art programs are like watercolor, line
Yeah.
drawing, those things are Winter Texan geared, older demographic. And then we do art in our existing like after school care and summer camp,
Mhm.
but we haven't offered youth art specifically. There's family craft time, I mean, there's some stuff that might be into it, but as far as like formal art training for youth, Parks and Rec has not done that.
I would say that like there's a talking to. Art is, of course, like every place else in the world, art is being like severely cut in our schools in the elementary.
Okay.
It's like severely, and they're only having a few days, basically a few days a month, if that. And a lot of parents are just looking for,
Yeah,
like, we're all.
so
And
in
driving
after
to
school
Corpus
care,
for it.
I'm driving to Corpus, I'm
Yeah.
driving to Padre to get art stuff for my kids.
what are the specific
And so
art
everybody,
classes, like just
just like real art, like not just craft, but like
Painting.
painting.
Okay,
drawing.
that's fine.
Basics, yeah,
Like
like,
they're looking for that kind of like real art education.
yeah, like
and-
my daughter doesn't really like sports, but she would love to do. Art.
There's a
Yeah,
lot of
so
artists
there's a
that would
concept.
volunteer their time.
club in Marlin Academy, and so that was a more
Okay.
formal art painting lessons, things like that.
Was that the arts and crafts one?
No, that was
Okay.
different. So there was a crafting club and then there was an actual art club.
Okay. I would just, I've reached out to the art center, but that's another story, but
Yeah, so that's where
they're not
the
interested in
face
young
was
kids.
kind of,
It's a
um,
shame.
I'm trying to balance
Okay.
the whole community's needs and then what the community
Stuff they want.
has resources for. So an example would be Parks and Rec used to host pastime matinees. It was putting on a movie that we didn't have to pay licensing for, and folks would come sit in the theater and watch the movie. I had trouble justifying the why behind spending our resources on it. It's not physical activity, it's not social activity. We were just putting people in front of a screen
Yeah.
because we could. And so it was like, well, maybe the theater would want to take that on. Maybe they charge a few dollars and play the pastime matinee, and then that goes to the theater's profit.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to balance, like, Parks and Rec has taken so much on after the hurricane and when there was limited resources. And so now I would love to empower these other entities to take back some of that programming. So I have had discussions on, can we go to these organizations and help them? Like, okay, this is what we do. This is the audience that already wants to participate in this. How can we get your costs down so that they come and do it at your house, at your
Mhm.
establishment, your facility?
Yeah.
So I would like to help empower nonprofits in town to do more like that so that our staff,
Great idea.
because we just get so thin, we
You're
only
doing
have
everything.
staff, right? So I would like to try and like train the teachers kind of thing where we help these guys realize that there's potential revenue and that there's a need for it in our community. So that's the latest.
And Art Center has the facilities, they have the potential teachers. I know there's a lot of artists in this
The
town.
art classes on
Spend time.
Padre are full every week and people are
Let's look
finding.
at- I'm gonna look at what those
we are-
classes are.
We're on a wait list.
Well, with the Art Center.
Are
we
they
should
not doing
meet with-
any summer youth program this year?
If they are, it might be for teenagers.
Really?
Because there used to be
There hasn't
like
been-
elementary
There
age
have not been
okay,
any elementary stuff
in a while.
in a while.
Okay.
I looked.
So probably says
I look
Barbara
every-
Bearings and
I
her
look every
sister,
month.
because they used to do a lot of that.
Yeah, that
Good
is,
luck.
it's tough when you get a volunteer who is like the heart and soul of a program and then they go away and then sometimes it just gets dropped. So
So
maybe we help empower
I
them.
know,
to bring
I
things back.
just know a lot of families that are going to Padre now to do art classes.
One example of something that's been kind of innovative this year for youth programming is the Marine Science Institute. They always have their summer science camp. And so they approached us and said, any 10 to 12-year-olds that are in Marlin Academy but would like to attend summer science because it's a half-day program, they said, we'll waive the fee. We'll let you attend for free.
Awesome.
And then Marlin is providing the transportation. So they get dropped off with us in the morning. They can have breakfast if they'd like. And then so parents can get to work. We take them and then we take them over to the Marine Science Institute. They go to summer science for the 4 hours in the morning. And then we take them back and they eat lunch with us and spend the afternoon with us.
That's awesome.
So it was kind
That's
of a
great.
creative partnership, but
It seemed like
think-
they opened the registration up for that really late.
they had staff turnover going on, so I think it was a little bit last minute this year, but there's a new person hired and they're seeing how this is going this year, so hopefully we do it in the future. Their age restrictions moved up also. When I was there, you could have, I think, second graders were as young as second grade was there, and that's
Fourth.
yeah, it's older, 10 and above. And then I think when the Art Center was doing their camps, it was only partial day also. And so there was this disconnect of a working parent had to have their kid in Marlin as opposed to these other programs. So now that we have vans and the ability to take kids in and out, it might be something that helps get an art camp back or theater or
And I think those art
museum or
camps
whatever.
It was like maybe 1 or 2 art camps that I saw, but they were for like, I mean, I would say even like like
We'll
not
check it out.
elementary.
Oh, no, they were definitely, because when my daughters were in it, it was in elementary.
No,
Yeah, it
there's
might be
been
that they
nothing
don't
for
have the same
elementary.
people.
Yeah.
And if it was elementary, it might be like, I mean, no, I want to say they were teens.
And when they were in junior high,
Like
they started
13,
volunteering.
like
What's-
13.
Yeah, see that by 13, I think you're aged out.
I mean, that's the thing, like, I mean, some 13-year-olds are working on the dock out here, you know? They're not in camps anymore. Unless they really, I mean, if you're an artist and want to really, you know.
Yeah, I would love to empower the community to help bring stuff like that back without us having to take on every single
Everything.
one of them.
Well, they're a nonprofit, so they have a board, right? You know, John's president, but maybe, somebody goes, kind of ask them, come, are you guys considering this?
Right there.
You, not me. Don't look this way.
Anything else you want to discuss about the director's report? Otherwise, we can roll into budgeting for council goals workshop. Any suggested ideas? That's John's job to switch us to the item. All right.
Yeah, hear you.
Anything else on, oh yeah, we're not even talking on the microphone. Anything else on the director's report, questions, concerns, programming, needs? Hope streams,
Nope.
awesome.
This flyer that got cut off on the bottom, it should be on, there's a full page on the end of your packet.
Okay, oh, I see it now. That's the same thing.
Yeah, it got cut off here, so I.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, we did an infographic. Just we put this together for, I saw a little bit of rumbling about the rec center after I did a news piece from Channel 3. And so I just wanted to get information out there because some of it seemed a little bit ill-informed. So, yeah, we put out this educational piece. It's on our social media. If you have anyone you'd like to share it with, feel free. But it talks about how it was funded, what our plans are for including in the programming and the spaces, and how we're going to be refining, some of the next steps at our council goals workshop coming up.
Yeah. Really like that.
That's if it, when folks are getting upset with us, as opposed to engaging and creating the back and forth, I like to just try and create information and
Yeah.
it'll get out there hopefully.
Right. So next item is items for consideration. You mentioned budget discussion.
Yeah, so council will have their goals workshop June 30th, and that's when I have to go any capital outlays, staffing requests, vehicle acquisition, anything big needs to be at that goals workshop, and then it'll get fine tuned over the next couple months, and then we'll get the money in October. So this is long range, and it would include furnishing the rec center. It they are editing the fee schedule at this next council meeting, and I did not include fees for the rec center because I thought it was too soon. So we'll have another opportunity to fine tune fees before the rec center opens. We'll have to bring it to council. But I had a good idea of what we discussed at the last meeting. So I feel like I have a good information to present to council there.
I'm hoping like firefighters and policemen go work out for free. No?
I think that's likely
Okay.
that city staff will have a benefit.
Okay.
Right now, we already get a stipend for gym memberships, anything that helps with physical well-being and health. And so my guess is that that will be applied
I'm just
to,
assuming, like, I would just think that
memberships.
just benefit our
oh yeah.
EMS and our.
Yeah, and it actually helps save costs. The healthier our
Yeah.
employees are, the
Yeah.
lower our health insurance cost is, and so there's a good understanding. The council has been supportive
Okay.
of that type of thing because it lowers our health insurance premiums, which cost everybody money.
Well, is there something, do you see a need?
I have
in
a
all your
list of like
parks?
75 items, so I didn't bring it with me. But I'm working on, so we did a drive around the city with the city manager, and we just made a list of every potential improvement that could be made at every location. And so I didn't bring that list. If you come to the office, or I can email it to you if you want to see it.
Will you email it?
Yeah, but I basically am soliciting your ideas. If there was anything on your radar that you would really like to see done next year, I need to know about it so that I can incorporate it into the list.
What
Most
about-
likely it's already on the list, but if you had something, I want to know about it.
Has the water for the dog park moved forward too?
That is, I requested a change order to the rec center, so Fulton is, because they're redoing that whole driveway, the water line runs under the road. I didn't wanna pay for plumbing over there and then it all be ripped up by the rec center, so it's a change order in the rec center's construction that, potable water will be directed to the dog
Okay.
park.
I figured it was moving and Dave seemed very positive about it, but
I don't know
I started
exactly
spreading rumor
when it
that we're never gonna get it and I wanted to make sure I could
works.
squelch that with some fact.
Yes, it's been requested from the contractors. I have requested the contractors put one in.
Very good.
It'll be when the driveway and that side of the site is being worked on.
And this isn't really a funding thing, but the trees that were put in there,
Mhm.
don't you think it'd be easier on the trees if we top off all that dead stuff above the green spots? Like, there's like 2-3 feet of tree that is completely dead, and I feel like the tree's trying to compensate up there and there's nothing there.
I'll have our arborists take a look at them.
Cool. And whatever happened to that, I guess that bird never came back to take care of the eggs. And the plover,
I know it left, but I don't know any more than that.
I never saw a bird there, but I understood there were still eggs. I didn't see them.
It was a killdeer, not a plover. I mean,
Oh, it's-
a killdeer is a type of plover, but let's make sure we know it was not a piping plover, it was a killdeer.
Okay,
And they just nest in the most inconvenient spots.
yeah, being surrounded by predators, because there are a few bird dogs that
Yeah,
Come to
not
that
a
part.
good spot.
Like in a dream world?
Lay it on me, yeah. What do you want? So I was thinking you guys were gonna bring up the pool deck, a new pool, paving of the parking lot. We were talking about improving the lighting at Roberts Point Park. There's been requests for lighting over the skate park and the pickleball courts. There is, those are probably the biggest ones.
I mean, I was gonna say that this, like, yeah, the parking lot is pretty rough. And-
That's on the list.
Yeah, and
The
That's
speed bumps are not, so speed bumps are gonna be incorporated into that now.
And I don't know how it works with the rec center and what time the rec center is open till at night. And other stuff, but I just wish there was less access to the park in the middle of the night.
It closes at 10, so if you see
Maybe the-
people in the park after 10 p.m., you have the ability to call dispatch and they will send over a police
I
officer.
mean, would you ever like consider like the things that come down?
Gating it,
Oh, gates?
Mhm. That
we
come-
could, we
that-
can't do it at Roberts Point
But
Park
park,
because
no,
of the fishing
all
pier,
that, But like,
but
I
we
mean,
could,
no one should be in the community park at 1 o'clock in the morning,
correct. Are they in a vehicle or are they
Yeah.
walking in?
vehicle.
Yeah, I would call dispatch.
I mean, we have what it's like,
And they
It's
do
open.
close patrols, so the officers have
yes.
a limited capacity and how many are operating. But they are driving by and looking and they're, I mean,
We'll just, I'm more curious how it will be like once the rec center's open.
I did not have gating on
I mean,
the
it's, you
radar.
know, would want, I mean, they have security, you'll have security cameras and stuff outside.
Yeah, that will be a huge addition.
Yeah.
The security cameras on that building are intense.
Yeah,
They're
okay.
everywhere. You will be
So
watching.
yeah, I mean, if we're talking pools, I would really, you know, I mean, this is just, again, I'm talking from just what my family does. Is you know, to look at, you know, being able to host larger meets. Electronic scoreboard, kind of that, you know, electronic timing. That keeps us from having larger meets. And I mean, talking to other teams that come from Victoria, Kingsville, Alice, Corpus, like people want to come to Port A because they go to the beach, they go to restaurants, they even stay the night.
It's not hard to convince folks to do an event here.
Well, that's, I mean, just we hosted a small meet. This last Saturday from Portland, and we usually don't have a meet this early in the year, so like a lot of people were still on vacation, so it was a small meet. But all those people, we saw them at Pizzeria, then they made it, cause I'm friends with them, cause they're from Portland. Then they made a post on Facebook that they all went to the beach and then they all went to another restaurant from Portland.
Mhm.
And if we were, I just, you know, I just see the swim team growing.
Can you
every
tell
year.
me, do you have numbers from swim team, how
Well-
many members you have and then how many a meet brings in?
I mean, well, one, they are collecting a couple bucks from everybody at the pool. So you should be.
Oh, I could look at a date.
You
and
should see,
Yeah.
I mean, most of the people, I wouldn't say that. Most of the people check in, I would say the majority. I think some of the times if you're like volunteering, you don't have to pay. But you're getting
Mhm.
pretty close numbers.
Okay.
And then, as far as what's on the Port Aransas roster,
Mhm.
I think we have 75 kids on the roster right now. But that's the most we can really
Yeah, there's only so many
lanes.
So was the initial idea of having a second pool to have them both operating at the same time, or were you?
Yeah, we've
Well,
done meets where they,
If the old pool gets phased out, that it would bridge a gap, but eventually having two pools would allow the different user groups to have their own space, control temperatures differently, like the lap swimmers and competitive swimming wants a colder pool. Well, water aerobics and toddler moms want a warmer pool. And so that's always been a conflict that we hear complaints about continuously from both sides. We're either too hot or too cold. So two pools would solve that problem. And then we also have the scheduling
it's booked.
debauchery that is lap swimmers, recreational swimmers, swim team, swim lessons, camp, water aerobics. And so everybody wants that morning hour. So if we had lap swimming going on and swim team going on in a more competitive lane pool, that would free up water aerobics and rec swim in the warmer pool with kiddie features or whatever. And so it's just high demand and birthday parties are another like super high demand, staff demanding after hours. So it's just, we've got a popular amenity that I think has room to grow. But we would need community support because it's not gonna be a cheap item. I mean, a new pool is
Would
gonna
it
be
require like a
costly.
referendum, you think, or for a bond? Or
Oh, how to You know, I haven't even seen the numbers yet, so I've asked for numbers on what it would
Well,
cost, but it's
hmm.
millions.
Yeah. 'Cause
But I
if the
mean,
home-
the rec center, we did a tax anticipation note because property tax and new home building was very high, so we're lucky in that we have hot tax and we have you know, revenue coming in to support things like this that a lot of cities don't have, so.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I mean, I can work on I looked at getting numbers, cause I thought about doing even like a grant to help, like, cause people. Port Aransas doesn't travel for meets because everybody wants to, if nobody wants to go to, nobody wants to go to Kingsville, you know, Kingsville, they all wanna come, they want to come to Port A. And we could host multiple teams then and do even like the bigger meets that's, you know, maybe then are hosted in Corpus.
Wait, seating for spectators,
That's
like
yeah.
sitting on the floor.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, to just think
Yeah.
about a growing swim team
Yeah, bleachers.
population, or be able to host, you know, even.
Is it
portable-
growing? Is the swim team group growing and growing?
75
Years.
members right now, like, you can't fit more kids in
You
that
can't fit-
pool,
we can't
in those
fit-
lap lanes,
Oh.
they're like quadrupled up.
We
Then
have two
practices.
sessions, we have a younger session in the morning, like the younger kids start at 8 to 8:45, 9 o'clock, and then the older kids come in 8:45 and go to 10 right now.
And so I have patrons very upset
Yeah,
that the
right.
summer schedule changed and so they can't get in the pool. And so it's just, it's probably what I hear the most complaints about throughout the year. It's
That's
always like
great.
anytime the schedule changes, it upsets folks. So
So
I demand-
Because at one time that pool wasn't getting utilized as well, and that sounds like it.
I mean,
we fixed that.
And I mean, Catherine runs a great program
Yeah.
and people want to swim. For Aransas, and they wanna, it's like a big.
She's taking kids to states
Yeah, I
every
mean-
year. I mean, it's really a great program.
Yeah, so so of course, I'm just gonna be, like, I want I want a scoreboard and
Yeah.
bleachers and.
Yeah, I want somewhere to sit.
So,
It's hot.
so some of
Misters,
that,
hot misters, yeah.
Could you get like some type of, do they have like
I would,
bleachers that could be
we
something
actually have
reasonable?
aluminum bleachers for the soccer field that we move occasionally.
Yeah.
We've moved them, we were gonna move them to the beach for the regional
Mhm.
competition. And the soccer field's not being utilized at all, and other than like as a fairground, it's not even used as soccer field anymore.
where's the soccer field?
Roberts Point Park.
Oh, okay,
And so those bleachers, we'd have to measure and see if they would fit on the pool deck, but there's
it'd be so hot.
possibly.
That's okay, I'll put a towel down on it.
You would want them under, I've been to swim meets with the bleachers without shade, it's almost unbearable.
I mean, but then I'm just either on the
Yeah.
ground, not in the shade, or on the bleachers, not in the shade.
I mean, most
Not
people just
bringing a
bring their,
tent.
I mean, no, but most people a lot of families bring a tent and chairs.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
And that's what we're doing right now, is we're bringing our own tents and our own chairs.
So we want shaded bleachers with misters, please. And froze.
And
That would get your concession sales up real fast.
no, with the electronic scoreboard, you can just move, with the touchpad, you can just move. You can do more meets, more heat and quicker because it's.
Are you saying the ones that are incorporated into the pool construction or
There's ones that are,
I thought you
removable.
guys were using the removable ones.
no, we probably have some issues with it, but I need to talk, we might try it. We have one that Rockport gave us, but it's pretty old.
Okay. So
Anyway.
other things in the budget are the 33-acre paddling park infrastructure there. Some of it's grant funded, some of it is not. The continuing the planning on the wetlands behind the family center. The maintenance building for grounds will most likely need to be done next year. We're talking about adding to the grounds team because there are so many places to take care of now with all this new construction. They're spread pretty thin, and so bringing in another like gardening water team, which would require another vehicle, is on the list.
Any more shade at Roberts Point?
That was not on my radar.
Yeah, I'd like to see
Where
it.
do you want
I
it?
know that that sticker burrs are a problem like at Roberts Point and some other areas.
Yeah.
I like to see them budget in to do some type of,
Pre-emergent.
They treat with pre-emergent. And then we have a sticker burr roller that picks them up.
I've seen, does it get used pretty regularly?
Sure.
I don't know the frequency of use.
Cause
It can only be used when they're in their prime. They have to be dried out, otherwise they don't come off the plant. So there's only a certain time of year that you can use them.
I just know all this rain, we've had this big, huge bloom of sticker burrs all over the town we have all these beautiful green spaces. But if you can't walk in them, it kind of defeats the purpose of having those green spaces. You know, I know the dog park and the Roberts Point Park. I know the green areas between the road, and the docks. That area is really bad with sticker burrs
Okay.
because I walk over that all
The
the
dog park currently is bad.
It's always been bad in that I guess that'd be the southwestern quadrant has always been the worst. So if as you're walking the gate
They've
straight
been
ahead
a
on
lot
the way
less territory to take care of. They've been like hand pulling them, and so I'm surprised if there's stickers in the dog park right now. I've been watching.
So my house backs up to the park. I've never had a problem with sticker burrs until this year.
I think Roberts Point is a lot worse
Yeah.
than even the dog
I don't know
park.
what it is about. Maybe you have rains or not rains every year, but for some reason this year.
Okay.
So who's in charge of the parking? That's like, is some of the parking the city harbors facility use and some of it the parks use for Roberts Point Park, like
Everything by the boat ramps and towards the marina side is the harbor master's responsibility.
okay.
And even that little dog park they are maintaining.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But I can take notes if you wanna.
I was just thinking, well, there are so many people go Roberts Point to fish that sometimes I'll come in and I'll have a big load of equipment to bring onto the boat and I can't find a parking space to even unload.
Mm.
And
That's why they added that parking where the ferry loop used to be. That is intended for overflow parking for the marina.
And I'll probably talk to either Dave or somebody about, maybe we designate one parking spot for loading and unloading like they do at Virginia's. Just so that there, people, cause sometimes we'll load,
Yeah. maybe
unload 300 or
15
400
minute
pounds of ice and if you have to
minutes or
park,
something.
yeah.
Put a time limit on a parking space.
I got something, I remembered something that when I was last at Roberts Point Park.
Okay.
What about, like, do you think that like the small pavilion that's right next to the playground, do you think it's time for like some new furniture in there?
Yes.
Is that on your?
Those picnic tables need to
Or
go.
rough?
Are those concrete that are on there?
No, they're plastic.
They're just pretty rough.
Yeah, they're rusting really badly. I went out there and there was actually some
I'm
sharp
going out
rust.
there thinking maybe this could be the next phase of.
Yeah, that is on our list, actually.
Okay,
When
and then
we-
just
when
like
David
that,
and I
like
did
I
the
always
drive
like
around.
wonder like what are we doing with that area? What I guess was used to be like shuffleboard.
There's one shuffleboard, there's a bocce court, and
Okay.
there's horseshoes still.
Okay.
2 shuffleboards were removed.
Okay,
Basketball, volleyball is over there, but they are they've been there a while.
big basketball. Dreaming.
That playground gets used so much, the new playground. It's just incredible how many people are on
That's
it.
what I'm saying, like, I would just look at, like shaded basketball at Roberts Point would be awesome. Improving that small pavilion area.
Yeah, if I shaded that basketball, it would almost double as another pavilion, because that's also been increased usage at the small pavilion because of that. Playground, it's a hot spot for birthday parties
Yeah.
now. It's getting way more usage than it had
That's what
been.
I think I was at a birthday party, I'm like, these tables need to.
Yeah, bring a
Yeah.
tablecloth if you rent it. For now.
For now, but
It'll get
if
fixed.
we're adding to the, if your dream team was.
Yeah. So the list, like I said, has like 75, 80 items on it, and then there's a column for phases, so like year 1, year 2, year 3, because there's no way it's all going, so I'm trying to prioritize it as well. So if there's anything that is like, this should be next year, or this can wait a couple years.
What about the sales for are you planning on starting to teach the sailboating classes again?
Will you teach it?
Will I teach it?
I'm not even kidding. We would do it in a heartbeat, but nobody feels comfortable.
We don't have
teaching
sales
it.
yet. I was one thing if we're doing.
There are sales. I have sails, I have paddles, I have boats.
Oh, you have sales.
Got it all. I just need the guy or gal. And
There's probably
Really?
some better qualified sailors than.
find them. If you find them, we'll teach a class.
Let me ask
Those
around, because
books-
there's
they
several
feel
on
awful.
board.
The books are beautiful works of art, and I just don't have somebody to lead it.
I'll pass it around because there's several members of the,
Maybe Marlin has a sailing club, like. Well, we need it.
and
we have 'em.
and Flower Bluff's gonna start a Marine careers program, a CTE program this year, and they're gonna have a club that kind of goes with it. I told them about those.
And I'd even, if the marina has somebody that, wants to teach something over there, I'd lend it to, doing it there.
Do you know the Roberts, Ashley Robertson, Brandon Rob? You know what I'm talking about? They have a bunch of small kids, but so Charlie is their first grader. He took a sailing camp over in Corpus. It's like,
Yeah.
why we need this here? They were like, loved it. He loved it.
Excellent. Yeah, we just
Well, so-
need somebody to teach it.
The boats. are
Jam was our
complete.
sailing instructor and retired, so.
Let me ask around. I wonder if Dan Pecor or somebody would.
He helped me source the sales. He helped me with the supplies of getting everything back together after the hurricane, but not instructing. Or maybe.
Or
if you ask him.
maybe Frankie Cabrera could be talked to that. Let me put out some feelers.
You're the
and see.
guy to find the guy.
Okay.
There we go. Okay. Anything else?
Nope. All right, next item is to take action on the board minutes from the last meeting and approve those.
I make a motion to approve the last meeting's minutes.
Motion by Grace, a
I'll
second.
second it.
By Cliff, thank you. All in favor, aye.
Hi.
Opposed? All right, any hit on it. Comments for future consideration or discussion?
Do we have a meeting scheduled?
We have to schedule the next year of meetings. This is our last scheduled meeting, so we did September, December, March, and June. It was September 16th, December 10th, March 10th, and June 10th. Were the meetings for this year, so if y'all wanna move forward with those same relatively close dates.
So if we went December, we kept it on Wednesdays.
You would, I believe it be considered the second Wednesday of the month.
Yeah,
In December,
Yeah, it would be September, December, March, and June, so we would be looking at September 9th,
yep.
December 9th.
that's a Wednesday.
Yeah,
mhm,
that's really enough in the
March
holiday
10th,
season.
and most likely June 10th.
March 10th.
June
is
9th.
Spring break.
I think March 10th is spring break.
That's what I'm thinking. It probably is.
So maybe move it earlier in March. Move it up a week into like,
Third,
Yeah.
the 3rd.
Employee
It would
Appreciation
be-
Day,
It is?
and it's also Recycling Day.
Yeah, we could go the 3rd week is still be.
Third is
17th.
fine then.
March 3rd.
March 3rd.
Yeah.
We'll express our appreciation for you. And then,
Hint, hint, yeah, that's what I was.
June would be the night also.
Yeah, so June would be the 9th.
I see you were announcing a gift opportunity.
So you guys all
Oh
good
my
with
God.
those dates?
Yep, September 9th.
September 9th, December 9th, March 3rd, and June 9th.
In June. What was the date again? June.
9th.
9th.
9939.
And it would be 2 p.m.
The next meeting is September.
September 9th would be our next meeting, and I'll send you guys notification.
Perfect.
All right. Hear a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Thank you.
I'll second it.
Cliff second.
Grace and Cliff?
Yes. It's
What
still
time?
2 p.m. Right, okay.
Yes.
36.
3:30. 3:32.
What's the thing? Great. Do you have any questions about the rec center that we didn't answer?
Do you need any more people?
So you're looking at
27.
next spring.
The construction's supposed to be done in December, but I think we need time to get in and outfit it, so I've been saying optimistically spring break.